Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Amin. Today I am here to solve the simple paper solution of Skoltech scholarship test. The question is from differential equation. Solve the differential equation y prime tangent x plus y is equal to the 4 sine of x. So what will be the possible solution for this differential equation? And also this was the second question, and if the differential equation was the same as it is, then y of 0 gives us 0, then what will be the value for y of 2? Okay, this is the given differential equation y prime tangent x plus y is equal to the 4 sine of x. We have to write this equation in the format of like that: del y by del x plus k into k times y is equal to the c. Okay, the c may be in the form of x. So to write this equation in the format of like that, we have to divide the tangent x in the whole terms. So it's become 1, it's become the 1 by tangent x is equal to the cotangent of x, and here 1 by tangent x is equal to the cotangent of x. So by dividing the tangent of x, the equation looks like this one. After that, we can write the cotangent of x in the form of cos by sine by cos by sine of x. So it's become del y by del x plus cos of x by sine of x into y is equal to the 4 sine of x into cos of x by sine of x. Here the sine of x are both cancel out each other, so the 4 cos of x will remain. Here del y by del x plus y into cos of x by sine of x remains as it is. So now this equation, this differential equation, is in the format of like the general equation. If the general equation looks like this, then we have to find the integration factor first. Then we have to multiply the integration factor with this form of the differential equation. So for finding the integration factor, we have to integrate the constant k with respect to del x. Okay, here the constant is cos of x by sine of x. So the k is here is cos of x by sine of x. So the integrating factors for this differential equation become e power integral cos of x by sine of x del x. So here a formula used: if there is an integral and in the denominator the function present, and in the numerator the derivative of the function is present, then it's equal to the natural log of the function. Okay, so the sine of x here a function and its derivative is cos of x. So the whole integral can be written as natural log of sine of x. So the whole integral become natural log of sine of x. Now here one is the logarithmic function and the other is the exponential function. You know the exponential function and the logarithmic function are the inverse of each other, so they both can cancel each other and get sine of x. Okay, then the integrating factor here is sine of x. Now the integrating factor have to multiply the differential equation in the format of look like that. It is this one. So multiplying the sine of x with this equation, it gives us sine of x del y by del x plus y into cos of x by sine of x into sine of x is equal to the 4 sine of x into cos of x. Now here the both sine of x in the numerator and denominator can cancel each other, so it gives us y sine of x is equal to the 2, and I can write it's in the form of 2 sine of x into cos of x into 2, because I can write it's in the form of for the double angle identity. So the double angle identity of sine of theta, sine of 2 theta is equal to the 2 times sine of theta into cos of theta. So the 2 times sine of x cos of x becomes sine of 2 times x from double angle identity. Okay, now here the cos of x is the derivative of the sine. So cos can be written as the differential of the sine. So the equation becomes sine of x dy by dx plus y into d by dx of sine of x. The cos can be written as, so it remains as it is. Now here the product rule of the derivative can be used. First derivative of second plus second derivative of first. The first function here is the sine function, and the second function is y function. Okay, so first derivative of second plus second into derivative of the first. Okay, so the product rule of the derivative is first derivative of second plus second derivative of first can be written as the differential of the product. So the differential of the product of first into second will become d by dx of the products is equal to the 2 sine of 2x as it is. Now the dx can multiply it in the other side, it's become d of y sine of x is equal to the 2 sine of 2x into del x. Now by integrating both sides, it's become the 2 is a constant, will comes out from the integration. So the integration of the sine of, the integration of sine of kx del x, it is equal to the minus cos of kx divided by k. Here the constant is 2, so minus comes from the integration, the 2 appears here as it is in the form of cos, and the 2 will be divided. Okay, then the 2 will cancel out each other, it's becomes c minus cos of 2x. And in the other side, if the differential in the form of del x, it gives us x, and in the form of this, like the x in the form of other function, so the whole function will appear. So the function here is y sine of x, so the integration of this gives us y sine of x. So it becomes sine of y sine of x is equal to the c minus cos of 2x. By dividing the sine of x, it gives us y is equal to the c minus cos of 2x divided by sine of x. So by comparing, it is option number D. So the general solution for the differential equation is this one. Now we have to find y of pi by 2. What will be the value of pi by y of pi by 2 if y of 0 is equal to the 0? So by placing here x is equal to the 0, so y of 0 into sine of 0 is equal to the c minus cos of 0. Cos of 0 is 1, so it's becomes c minus 1, and the y of 0 is 0 and sine of 0 is also 0, so 0 multiplies 0 gives us 0. Then 1 comes in the other side, so it's becomes c is equal to the 2. By placing the c value in the original equation, differential equation, it's become the solution of the equation. It's become y is equal to the, in the c, in the place of c, it's become 1 minus cos of 2x divided by sine of x. Now I have to replace the x value with pi by 2. So y of pi by 2 as a function of pi by 2 is equal to the 1 minus cos of 2x. So x when multiplied with by placing the value of x pi by 2, the 2 will cancel out, it gives us cos of pi, and cos of pi divided by sine of pi by 2. Sine of pi by 2 is 1, so in the numerator it gives us 1, and in the numerator it's 1 minus cos of pi is what? Minus 1. So 1 plus 1 divided by 1, so sine of pi by 2 is equal to the 2. So in the option, it is final option E. Thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.